Hey, I am Ted Glasgow. I am here to talk about my dialogue I did for Clemson University in the CU 1000 course. It was a dialogue about interracial dating and titled "The Colors of the Wind." It was a conversation about interracial dating, of course. Achieving true dialogue. We for the most part stayed away from argumentative debate and the sometimes heated discussion people tend to get into. About the group, there was mainly a one-to-one male to female ratio of maybe a couple more males than females. White people mainly, a few Hispanics, a couple of African Americans. Some were pretty active in the dialogue and had their own, and trying to get across their own or thoughts and beliefs, and more were reserved and didn't really say much, if anything at all. They read the paper that was passed around to keep us, or the paper was about keeping us away from debate and discussion, and how debates get argumentative, discussions can get heated sometimes. What role did I play? I came up with the to the point I just talked about how there are different backgrounds people have. Not necessarily race backgrounds, but culture, ethnicities. Are you rich? Are you poor? Are you male? Are you female? But because everybody has those differences in one way or another. When you wake up, you think about what you're going to do based on who you are. Is the dialogue a good part of or why the dialogue's a part of the CU 1000 course is it's good to help you with communicating with people you probably don't know, or I didn't know anybody there, but there's a couple people who knew each other, but that was about it. But it's good for the university as part of the CU 1000 course to get us integrated into the system, as get us to meet new people, not only does it help to meet new people on campus, but it also help when you're meeting someone off campus, not to get into or if you're trying to achieve a dialogue with, say, the new company you're trying to work with or for, you don't get into too much of a debate or arguments with the boss or anything. Mostly what was talked about in the dialogue was about how people get bad looks, or how interracial daters get bad looks. Some mention how it's worse in the South than it is anywhere else. How because of our ways. There was a couple of videos, and one of the videos was about a father finding out his daughter is dating someone from a different race, and someone else in the video in the background was against that, and she said it's because she wanted to keep things within her own race, but there wasn't too much. She understood, but why? But those also talk about the biology, the differences between races, and how some races have an advantage over other races. I'm not so sure. I'm not in science. I'm a business major. So many notice how there is a double standard of male to female, how the males in the family are, the parents are generally better or more okay with them dating outside their own race rather than the females, the daughters, and how parents are generally more protective of their daughters than their sons. Not always true, but in many cases it is. A few brought up the whole segregation, brought back or how the South was segregated, and how we still segregate ourselves, such as in the lunchroom, how we try to sit with different races or with our own race, but it's not. Others brought up the point that it's not necessarily just race. It's cultures. There's backgrounds. There's what you're doing. What you maybe even because it was in school because it was. He noticed the segregation in the lunchrooms at school. It's maybe what you're studying. I mean, being a business major, I don't want to sit across from a science major and watch each other eat. Yeah. Others also brought across the point of a similarity from that 1960 segregation movement to now we had the whole same sex, and how even being in the South that same sex is highly frowned upon, at least compared to the North. What a couple people said. But as for myself, I could almost care less. I mean, it's if they love each other, they love each other. It's you can't do much about it, and why would you want to? It's not worth arguing about. So I'm not here to bring up to bring up arguments about why people shouldn't date who they like and love. So But thank you for watching and listening to me talk about my new student dialogue for Clemson University. It is a great school, a great university down here. It is awesome. Thank you.